Skarmory is back with the Indigo Disk DLC, and it may have lost Defog, but it gained a new toy in Body Press, a fighting type move that bases its power on the Pokemon's physical defense instead of its attack. And coming off of a base 140 defense stat, you know it's going to hit like a truck. Friendly reminder to drop a like on the video and be sure to subscribe for more Pokemon Wi-Fi battle content. Here are the teams. Let me know who you think will win in the comment section down below, and stick around till the end to find out if you're right. So without further ado, let's jump straight into the battle. And the battle begins. Good luck, have fun, Mamba. So they're going to lead off with Toxic Queen, the Slowking, as we lead off with Tentacruel. So it's not the worst matchup in the world. We can't really touch them, but we can flip turn on them. And they're no doubt going to go for that chilly reception, which is fair enough. So I'm going to go for a flip turn now. Get on out of there. They might go for a future sight first. You never know. They might do. They might also not want to take a knockoff, and they might switch out. So they're going to withdraw their Slowking. Hard withdraw. They don't want to get knocked off, which makes sense. And they're going to go into Katara, the reliable partner, which is going to be their Milotic. Now, Milotic walls me to no end. I know that. But we're going to go for a flip turn on the switch, which is great. So we get some momentum going on. And we also see they're not Rocky Helmet, so they could be Flame Orb. Flame Orb's an interesting Milotic set, if they do have that. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to scare it out with the Chinchino. And the reason I'm saying I'm scaring it out is because it's going to take a lot of damage from a Bullet Seed. We don't have Bullet Seed, but they don't know that. So let's see how this plays out for us. So I am going to go straight for a Tail Slap. Hopefully it does some decent damage. I know the burn, I know they've got the Marvel Scale, but I'm hoping it still does some decent damage. So they do withdraw the Milotic, which is fair enough. They don't want to get hit by a Bullet Seed, which is also fair enough. They're going to go into Toxic Queen to resist the Bullet Seed, but we went for our nice and powerful stab, neutral hit with Tail Slap, and we missed. That is unfortunate. So I am inclined to stay in and go for another one. Just because I feel like it's going to do a lot of damage to the Slowking. There we go, Tail Slap comes through. Doesn't do nearly as much damage as I would have liked it to. Not even nearly as much damage as I would have liked it to. But, you know, Chinchino isn't the most powerful Pokemon in the world. What can you expect? So let's go ahead and hit 4 times. Because we are Technician with loaded dice. And then they challenge Chillingly Bad Joke. So they can switch on out of there. So they're probably going to go into Sandslash here. Or the Alolan Ninetales, one of the two. So they're going to go back. They've got a nice snow team, though. I like the snow team. I think that's really cool. Definitely really cool. In comes Vanilla Ice, which is going to be the Alolan Sandslash, which is shiny as well. Nice and shiny. Gotta love it. So we don't want to take a hit from this thing. No way, Jose. So I'm going to go into Skarmory. Skarmory can definitely wall this thing to oblivion. If they go for a Swords Dance, we can still take an Icicle Crash, no problem. We can definitely still take an Icicle Crash and go for a Body Press afterwards to take them out. So they do go for a Hone Claws, which is interesting. So Hone Claws, Sandslash, boosting their attack and their accuracy so that they can definitely hit the Icicle Crash next turn. I am going to go for a Body Press, though, because it'll do damage to anything they bring in, really. So they do withdraw. They can't touch the Skarmory. They're going to go into something else. They're going to go into Katara, which is the Milotic. So we're going to get some nice chip damage off on the Milotic, which is great. Chip damage is always welcome to that. And it does a decent bit of chip damage, to be fair, considering they're burned with Marble Scale. You know, there's still a decent bit of chip damage. And that burn's not doing them any favors. It's whittling them down little by little. So, now we've got a couple of options. I am going to go into my Tentacruel. Tentacruel can definitely wall Milotic. They can't touch us. They can scold us. If they get scolded. I don't know if Milotic gets scolded. But they could scold us potentially. They do go for the scold. They do have scold. That's good to note. Which could burn us. It doesn't burn us though, which is great. And now, we're in a very good position where we could go for a Surf. We could go for a Sludge Wave. I think they go for a Recover here, so I'm going to go for a Sludge Wave. There we go, Sludge Wave comes through. We are Choice Spec, so it should do a lot of damage as it does. They go for a Flip Turn, which is going to do no damage to us, but it's going to get them out of there and get a free switch into with whatever they want, really. So let's see what they go into. Blizzrow comes in, which is going to be the Ninetales, right? Ninetales comes in, so Ninetales is in. It's going to get that Aurora Veil a lot more than likely. We're going to go for another Sludge Wave anyway, because I know they're going to go for an Aurora Veil here, and we can live a Freeze Dry, no problem. They go for a Disable. Interesting. Disable is a very interesting move to go for. I did not expect that, as Sludge Wave is going to be disabled. So now they get to they figure out that we are Choice Specs right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go Metagross. Metagross can obviously wall this thing to oblivion, because it doesn't get Heat Wave or anything like that, despite it being a Alolan counterpart to a Fire type. So let's go Metagross. As they do go for that Aurora Veil. That is unfortunate, but it's not the end of the world. And I'm going to tell you why. Because Metagross gets this interesting move called Psychic Fangs, which breaks screens. And guess what? They don't have a Dark type to be immune to Psychic Fangs. So we can just go for it and get rid of them screens straight away. So Evergreen's going to come in, K Evergreen, which is the Decidueye, which is fair enough. We go for a Psychic Fangs, breaking those screens, doing a lot of damage to the Decidueye, which is absolutely amazing. And now the snow is going to stop as well. Not that really matters. So I've got a couple of options here. I do outspeed, so I could go straight for a Meteor Mash or a Psychic Fangs. But if they go for a Shadow Sneak, I'm going to go for a Psychic Fangs. Screw it. I'm just going to go for the KO. Psychic Fangs comes through. Down goes Decidueye. So there we go. That was a great turn of events for us. I don't think they realized Metagross gets Psychic Fangs now. It's a much better option than Zen Headbutt, that's for sure. In comes the Toxic Queen, the Slow King. This thing's going to want to get the snow up again. I am going to go for an EQ, just to get some damage off on it. We do outspeed. If we outspeed the Decidueye, we definitely outspeed Slow King. As we can go for an EQ now, which is definitely going to do a lot of damage. They go for a Yawn, which is fair enough. That's going to force a switch, which makes a lot of sense. But at the same time, does it matter? Not really. They're going to go for a Chilly Reception anyway. So we may as well go into something that can handle that. I'm thinking Skarmory. I'm also thinking Chandelure here. Chandelure could be good. I'm also thinking of just staying in, but it's a tough one. I think it's time to go Clefable. I know it might seem weird switching a Clefable into a Slowking, but they're definitely not going to go for a Sludge Bomb. And they're more than likely to go for a Chilly Reception, in which case we can go for a Stealth Rock. Stealth Rock would be great here. So they do withdraw. They hard switch. They don't want to get hurt by another Earthquake. They don't want to risk it. And they're going to go into Blazero, which is going to be the Alolan Ninetales. So that's actually worked out pretty nicely for them. So Snow Warning comes up, which is great. We're going to go straight for a Stealth Rock. There's no real reason not to go for a Stealth Rocks. They go for the Aurora Veil once again. All we have to do is get our Metagross in, and we can go straight for another Psychic Fang. So we get the Stealth Rocks up, which is going to be great, because they have got Milotic, which is now pretty much KO'd. Unless they can Rapid Spin with the Alolan Sandslash, but I feel like Decidueye was their defogger and not the other way around. So what I'm going to do now is, I am going to go back into Metagross. Now, they might predict this and go for the Alolan Sandslash switch, which would make a lot of sense, but I have a feeling they're not. They do. Okay, so they do withdraw, and they go into the Alolan Sandslash, I'm guessing. Biscuit. Who's Biscuit? Oh, the old Creamy, yeah. Oh, it's nice and shiny as well. Gotta love it. So that's a great switch for us, because I went straight for the Metagross switch. I wasn't playing around. So we'll go into bots real quick. Now, they're obviously going to fear the... I'm going to go for a Psychic Fangs. I'm just going to get rid of that screen straight away. So they do withdraw. They don't want to stay in against the Metagross with an El Creamy. That's not a good matchup for them. And they're going to go back into the Milotic. Now, this is actually a good switch, because they're going to go down to Stealth Rocks, which means we can't Psychic Fangs away the Aurora Veil. So Milotic does go down, but at least they get the Aurora Veil up, and they get a switch into Alolan Sandslash, which is terrifying. In comes Vanilla Ice, which is the Alolan Sandslash. Nice and shiny, gotta love it. So, let's see what we can do here. I'm leaning towards Terra Flying to avoid the Earthquake. But I'm also leaning towards just straight up switching out into Skarmory and preserving my Metagross as long as I can. I want Tentacruel to pop off. That's what I want. Really want Tentacruel to pop off. And I feel like if we can get rid of this thing... Let's go for Skarmory. Let's go for Skarmory once again. There we go. Skarmory's going to come through now. And we're going to wall the heck out of this Alolan Sandslash. That's for sure. We're definitely going to wall this thing. They are going to Terra. Are they going to Terra Ground? Is it Terra Ground with Earthquake? Probably, right? Probably. Terra Bug. Interesting. So Terra Bug is here. Are they going to go for a Rapid Spin? Or are they going to go for that Icicle Crash? Home Claws. So they are Home Claws set in the snow, which is amazing. So they are going to get that accuracy boost and all that. And the snow does stop, which is great. Which actually is... this gives us a good opportunity to do something with Skarmory here. I'm leaning towards the Iron Defense in. So they go for another Home Claws. I'm just going to Iron Defense in their face. That's what I'm going to do. I know Bug resists fighting and all that, but if we can get our defense high enough, then we're going to be in an extremely good position. So I'm going to go for an Iron Defense. So they go for an Icicle Crash. Obviously not going to do too much damage to us. It might flinch us, but we need to get another Iron Defense off, which is amazing. And I'm trying to get to +6. That's what I'm trying to do. I want one more Iron Defense, and then I'm going to Terra, and then I'm going to Body Press this thing to Oblivion. They're going to withdraw. Okay, fair enough. What are they going to go into? The Ninetales? Toxic Queen comes in. That tells me they have something to hit me. like flamethrower or something like that. So they are going to get some stones damage. We get the nice and powerful iron defense off once again. And what we're going to do here is, I believe I'm Tera fighting. I could be wrong. But Tera water. So I don't want to get hit by a flamethrower here. But I also don't want to make myself weak to freeze dries from the likes of the Ninetales. So I am going to go for the body press because it should KO. Because we are +6. Wow. Wow. That did nothing. That's a +6 defense body press from a Skarmory. And that did nothing at all. Why is that? Why is that? I don't understand. Okay, Biscuit's coming back in, the El Creamy. Again, I'm at +6 defense. I'm probably just going to keep this Skarmory in and just go for a body press again. I don't... Oh, the Aurora Veil's up. That's why. Let's see how much damage body press does. And it KOs the El Creamy, no problem. So the El Creamy was resisted as well, and I just KO'd it, no problem. Skarmory is popping off right now. What an absolute legend. In comes Blizzro, which is going to be what? The Ninetales. So that's going to get the Aurora Veil up probably, which is fine. They're going to take some Stealth Rock damage. I don't think they can take a body press even with Aurora Veil up. I really don't think they can take it. So they go for a Freeze Dry, which is going to sting it a little bit. Not too much. And then we go for a body press and easily take that Ninetales out. They should have gone for the Aurora Veil there. Not going to lie. I think they should have done it. But then again, the weakened us a bit. So the Slowking, if the Slowking does have Flamethrower, it could definitely go for it and take us out. Yeah, Vanilla Ice is going to come in though. It's a bug type. It does resist the fighting type moves, which is fair enough. It's going to take some Stealth Rock chip though. As we go for a body press, and hopefully this is a Skarmory sweep, because that'd be amazing. So they go for a Shadow Claw, which is neutral, but it's going to bounce off us like it's nothing. They're going to get hurt by the Rocky Helmet as well. We go for a body press, easily takes them out. So we've got Slowking left. I'm wondering now that the Aurora Veil is no longer here, how much damage is this Slowking going to take from a body press? That is the real question. So let's just find out. So there we go. Toxic Queen comes in. There we go. It's going to get some Stealth Rock chip, which is great. And now we're going to see how much body press does without the Aurora Veil. It's 4 times resisted. It's 4 times resisted, but that's really good defensive capabilities there. And they go for a Flamethrower. That's going to take us out. So Skarmory did really good this game. Definitely deserves that spot in the thumbnail, that's for sure. This Skarmory moveset is ridiculously good. So now we've got options. We can go Chandelure, finish this up with Shadow Ball. I think I'm going to finish off with the Shadow Ball from the Chandelure. So we'll look into Eric real quick, the nice and shiny Chandelure. And we're going to be able to take this thing out with a Shadow Ball, no doubt. If it lives, then I'm going to be extremely shocked because I feel like it's physically defensive. And that's why I took the body press so well. Down it goes. So there we go. That was a good game, Mamba. That was a pretty long game. I know it's a 5-0 victory, but overall, the game went really well. No one really made any bad plays, particularly. I personally would have Aurora Veiled with the Ninetales when they brought it in, but GG anyway. But anyway, here is the team. Try it out if you want. Use the code at the top right corner of the screen. Thank you so much for watching today's video. If you did enjoy, of course, leave a like, subscribe, all that wonderful stuff. And with that being said, I'll see you all in a bit.